you have mental health problems and you get admitted to a psychiatric unit in a hospital, it really still is not uncommon for certain things to happen. You might have people checking in the middle of the night your bedroom to see if you're still if you're still there, or if you've hurt yourself. But one of the problems is that we know from the research that particularly women, but even men, have very high rates of sexual abuse, childhood sexual abuse. And so, that you're talking upwards of 60%, in some cases studies have found closer to 90%, depending on the treatment setting, of people with these experiences. So imagine that you're sleeping in a room and you hear somebody walk in the room. That's actually going to be what we would call a trigger to sort of evoke some of the feelings or experiences for that person who's sleeping, that's going to just sort of send them right back emotionally to those abusive experiences. Although the problem is, the person who's been abused may only get the emotions and not the actual memory of what happened coming back. So they may not realize that they're being triggered with old memories. They just know they're now feeling incredibly at risk and then start to react to that. If not that night, the next day they wake up more anxious, really paranoid that people are going to hurt them. And it's really not paranoia when you look at what's happened to them in the past. So you might change how you go about running a unit when you understand that information. And the other types of things that psychiatric units we're starting to look at is when someone's physically out of control, it's not uncommon to restrain them. And yet we know that, again, people who've grown up in abusive families will have been hurt physically, and that the process of how you're intervening with them might actually make them feel worse, not better, and feel like you are actually threatening them. So having conversations with people before they get sick about what are the ways to work with you when you're not doing well, so that we don't inadvertently make things worse, would be an important part of the planning process and what's called advanced care planning in the psychiatric literature. So those are just two tiny little examples.